Welcome to Timber&Terra. I am Glenn. Welcome to another episode of making a road in the woods. This is the 45-acre woodlot, about 1.5 miles from my house, that I don't have easy access to throughout because it doesn't have roads. It has some old skid trails, but they've grown up and they're sort of in the wrong direction compared to the parcel, the shape of the parcel that I have here. So last time we left, this was the last large tree we cut. The dead tree lying across the road, and we're about to take a turn. We're going to take a left at the yellow birch, because if we don't, we'll go down a rather steep incline. So hopefully you can see the grade here on camera, but you can, it's quite steep there, which is why the road the road that I laid out sort of went over that cliff, because that's 150 feet from the boundary, which is my goal with access with my cable on the winch. But I can't go over that, and even straight across here is rather steep. So I'm just gonna make sort of a switchback. So instead of going straight that way, which is my ultimate direction, I have to take a little bit of a detour this way. Much more gentle grade, gentle slope. I'll go down there some and then take a right and then head back up to my green ribbons, which align with the 150 feet off the boundary. So this next section of road here has a lot of small trees. There's nothing really noteworthy to film. So you can see a fair amount of work done in a relatively short amount of time. That's where time-lapse comes in. See you in a bit. When I get this log out of the way, now I can finally turn the corner, so to speak. So this is relatively clear down to where my chainsaw is, a bit beyond. So I think I figured out where I'm going to go with this. So the next two firewood worthy trees to come down is this yellow birch here, close to us, and that ash just beyond it. What I'm thinking is I'm going to skirt just to the right of that larger yellow birch with the little sucker growing off from it. That little hump of snow right there is an old stump. Hopefully I can push it over with the tractor because that's sort of where the center of the road would go. If I can't, then I'll probably just go around it for now, and then when I come in with the excavator, I'll take care of that. Turn the corner again that way, and then head down there. You might be able to see a green ribbon right straight ahead. That's sort of what we're aiming for, and heading sort of that way. So this yellow birch will come down, this ash. They're both leaning in the wrong direction. But what I might try to do is just fell them off to the side one way or the other, again, so I don't have to deal with the brush. It takes a lot of time to move this brush off the road. The other thing I noticed, which is where I think that wet spot started up there that I pointed to that was muddy, is you can see here where the snow is melted, is in fact there's actually some running water. So it'll be a drainage challenge, and it looks like it turns the corner here and goes off, and my road will go straight, so that's probably a spot where I'll put some sort of a culvert. There's some small trees in here, probably be easy enough to make a little bit of a ditch so the water can run beside the road, then go under it and harmlessly off. May have to deal with it again down there, but I haven't seen that in the bit that I've walked. So I pulled those logs off to the side like that so I could get by it. I drove down here. I was attempting to sort of track it in, but I was getting hung up on the winch, and you know, I had a wheel off the ground and just digging myself a hole. I was able to unearth this rock here that was right there. So that was where one of my hang-ups was with the winch. So with that gone, I was able to make it out without doing anything crazy or funky. But as far as continuing on, I'm a little unsure. Today's a warm day in the 40s, next couple days in the 40s, but then it looks like it's going to be a cold stretch. So if this was to freeze up, it would be a different story. It would not be an issue. But my only other concern is, as I mentioned, at least right sort of where that dip is, just on this side of that rock, is where that the drainage appears to go that way. So if that's like running water, that may never freeze up, at least with the temperatures we've been getting. But I was able to make it down here next to this yellow birch where I said the road's going to go to the right of. Here's a buried stump. But there's a lot of little stuff to take care of, so I can keep myself busy doing that while I sort of ponder if I want to take a chance and bring the tractor down here again to haul out whatever the next bigger tree is going to be. So I'll work on some of these. I'll maybe unearth that stump a little bit to see how rotten it is. There's a lot of beech there, some hornbeam to take care of, and then sort of make my path there to the right. There I've removed a lot of these little saplings, so I have a relatively clear path and an idea of where I want the road to go until it goes way down there. Marked it out with green ribbon. We'll look at that in a minute. I want to try to take the stump out, but I think I'll try to back into it with the blade of the winch. One, because I don't want to turn around. I think it's going to be more difficult to back up there with that rough terrain than it is to drive up there. I did get one. This is a hornbeam, where I just make a 16-foot log. So here, sort of a gentle curve. There's a small rock. I should be able to push that away. These next two are these two trees here are the next two to come down. So we'll make the turn, and then hopefully you can see the green ribbon straight ahead. So more or less a straight road, mostly small pole trees, saplings, nothing big. And then I'll start to take a turn to the left to sort of start to line up with the original green flags. So that's quite a switchback, but nice gentle curves. The grade is not too bad. It's sort of a constant slope from where my tractor is all the way down to there. It's getting really warm and sticky. We'll see how the tractor does there and pushing out the stump, whether I'm going to continue today or call it good and let the mud freeze up if it's going to this coming week. So we'll take these two down, get that little hornbeam there to take, and we'll go from there. Well, that worked out well. I did bury the butt end of my little firewood log there. But let's cut those trees down and winch it up from where I set and see what happens. So those two trees there are all limbed up and marked to length. That hornbeam that was here, I just slid off to the side. This is a big enough area. I'm gonna take my chances, try to back down here and push that stump out of the way, as well as move that rock and that what I assume to be another rotten stump behind it that I can easily push aside. So it's relatively level here. It doesn't look like too many divots or rocks or whatever. So let's cross our fingers. That twitch has been cut to length, and did my best to push it up into a pile. It's a messy pile. It's really getting wet, mushy. It's probably 40, maybe 45 degrees. Anyhow, so I'm calling it a wrap for today. And for this particular video, I'm not sure. It probably will be a while before I get back up here, because I'd like to let that slope, that hillside that we were just in, freeze up a little bit. Because I'm afraid I'm going to get stuck, or at least it'll cause me problems. But I have plenty to do behind my house, which is not so weather dependent or condition dependent. So thanks for watching this one. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.